system, we just live it and party all the time. Now order some Patron and watch me lose my mind.
My name's Leonie Sherif and I'm the ambassador for Models of Colour with the campaign Models of Diversity. And today I have the pleasure of catching up with the very talented Mr. Sam Sarpong. Hi Sam.
How are you?
I'm very well, how are you?
I'm doing very good.
How are you enjoying your British delicacy there, your fish and chips?
Well, when I get back home and I get a chance to have fish and chips, it's definitely a special treat.
Yeah.
Because in LA, we don't have fish and chips. Everything is, they try it, but they don't get it right. So I'm really enjoying this.
So how are you enjoying your visit to the UK?
UK is good to be back. I've had a great time out here. Did a lot of shows, did a lot of fashion shoots, and just really worked very hard while I've been here. So it's been a great welcome home trip.
Yeah. So what have you been up to since you've been over here in the UK? You hit the Fashion Week?
Yeah, I went to hit London Fashion Week, hit some shows. I went to a show yesterday called The Denim Connection, which was like a bunch of different denim designers and stuff. That was real cool. And yeah, been mostly doing a lot of fashion shoots. You know, we did like Fab Magazine, Ideal, Tramp Magazine, a couple other magazines. So, you know, did some good fashion shoots, and then I've been performing a lot. You know, I do music.
You have been, because yeah, for those that don't know, Sam is what I call an all-round entertainment entrepreneur. He's a model, actor, rapper, host, designer. So tell us about your music.
I've been part of a group called The League for 10 years.
Right.
Now I'm doing my first solo album. So I started touring in January. So this year I've been to Dominican, Canada, Taiwan. I've been everywhere. So this summer I decided to hit up London. And we did kind of like the high-end clubs in London. So
where have you performed over here?
we did like Penthouse, McQueen's, what else did I do? Penthouse, McQueen's. Amica was my favorite. Loved Amica. Did Amica twice, 2 shows there. I performed at Hill Carnival,
really?
Which was crazy. Probably the craziest performance. Well, Taiwan was pretty crazy. But one of the biggest performances I've ever done in my life was at Hill Carnival.
So what's your, so music-wise, what are you?
My sound is like Black Eyed Peas.
Really?
Yeah, it's dance, electro, pop. My single that's buzzing right now is called Lose My Mind.
Yeah, we've heard that.
You heard that, yeah. Now order some Patron and watch me lose my mind. Watch me lose my mind. Welcome to that party life. Drinks on me on a Friday night.
So that's the kind of style, so it's like the electro kind of...
Trust me, I'm about to take the world by storm with this music, yo. Got some great producers. My boy Nice in LA. Genie Boy, Brit Boy, that are UK based.
So are there any collaborations?
Yeah, I got a lot of people. I got Floetry.
Really?
Yeah, I got a song on there called Look in Your Eyes. I got a group called Brother who's huge in the States. Drew Sidora, who's a big singer. Who else? My boy Nice, Kibasi, Double A. These are all people that are big in America.
So yeah, definitely, I know.
Yeah, because my album is just about, it's about having a good time, partying. But
The representation of you and what you're about.
Yeah, but then you have the other side. See, a lot of rappers don't talk about the journey and the struggle.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of songs like Heaven Only Knows, which is about God and my quiet moments and the struggle when things were down and nothing was happening for me. So it's actually a double album, which is kind of like, there's the life side, which is real life, and then you have the entertainer side, and that's the name of the album.
Is it going to be like two discs type thing?
Double disc. We're going in on them. I'm trying to really let people know my world. You know what I mean?
So looking forward to hearing more about that. So tell us about. I want to talk about your modelling career, because I know that one of your main focuses is your acting, and from acting you kind of got a break as a model.
Yeah, what happened was I was a struggling actor, doing bit parts here and there. Tommy Hilfiger people saw me on the show called Dangerous Minds back in the day, like 10 years ago. And then they called me in on a campaign. Had never modeled a day in my life. I went in on the campaign. I didn't even have a Model Z card. All I had was like some headshot. It was like cheap.
It's a Polaroid, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was like an 8x10 acting headshot. Everyone came in with their books, but the best thing about it, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. So because I was so clueless, it was the best thing to happen to me. So what happened was I went on 6 callbacks. Then on the final callback, Tommy Hilfiger called me in the room and he's like, all right, I walk in, there's 20 people in the boardroom. He has me try on the clothes. So right before I walk out, I look to him, I'm like, look, Tommy, you've had me here 6 times. I'm cool, I'm young, I'm hip. Are you gonna hire me or what? That cocky and confident, right? The room goes silent. I'm like, oh man, I really messed up. They start cracking up 10 seconds later. I'm driving home, on my way home. Every big job in my career I've ever gotten, I get the call on my way home. Louis Vuitton happened the same way. I'm on my way home, my manager calls, he's like, yo, what did you do in there? I was like, I don't know, just tried on some clothes. He's like, they want to book you for the Tommy Hilfiger campaign. From that day, my life was changed.
Wow, that was a turning point.
That was a turning point.
And then, so you were the face of his campaign for 6 years running. The face of Tommy Hilfiger for 6 years. So how?
But why it was so big? I did underwear, I did the pea coats, I did apart from Tyson Beckford, no male model, a black male model, had never gotten a modeling contract like that. Because what happens is, the biggest contract you want, a lot of people get a campaign, you do one campaign and that's it. But if you look at like Giselle, if Giselle does Dolce, she does Dolce purses, she does the glasses.
The whole range.
You do the whole range, and that's what separates you. And that's why for me, Tommy Hilfiger, I'll always be so thankful for him because I bought my first house with Tommy. Everything I really started was through him. I was like a 20-year-old kid, you know what I mean? 21 years old. So it was really life-changing.
So since then your modeling career has excelled majorly from that point. You modeled for some of the biggest designers in the world. Tell us some of the designers you modeled for. I know they're the main ones.
Yeah, well, I've been really lucky. Campaign-wise, I've done campaigns for Louis Vuitton, Levi's, Ben Sherman, Tommy Hilfiger, Jesus Industries, Boy London, Rock Stars and Angels. I mean, I've probably done, maybe like 20 major campaigns.
You modeled for Ed Hardy as well. Did you model for him when he first came out?
Yeah, he launched me. I was a celebrity face of Ed Hardy for 4 years. So Ed Hardy, and then runway-wise, Jean Paul Gaultier, Versace, Gucci, P&G, Armani.
And you've walked in so many of the main fashion weeks.
Yeah, all the big designers, I've at least done their runway. So I've been really, really, really lucky.
So you've had a great experience. And I mean, at Models of Diversity, we are about campaigning for diversity in the industry, trying to push the boundaries outside of just the typical norm. From your experience as a model, how do you see that that's something that's been implemented in the industry, or do you think it's something that needs to be pushed, more diversity?
I think people are trying to push it now, but it's not really happening. Because if you look at major runway shows, you're not really seeing people that are, everyone you see looks the same. They're all skinny.
So uniform.
They're all super, super skinny. I met a girl last night that I was talking to. This girl was gorgeous, beautiful face. And I was like, man, you should model. I was looking at her in pictures. And she was like, I tried, but they said I'm too big. And this girl had she had a thin waist, but she had regular sized thighs, And I was just thinking, I'm like, damn, that's so messed up that a girl that looks gorgeous, that has a regular body of an average girl walking down the street who people should be able to relate to, doesn't get an opportunity. And then what I always say about fashion, look, if you look on a runway show, the average person in life cannot relate to these girls. So why are you going to have a show all the time that's skinny, that can't relate?
It makes it harder for the people, the consumers, the ordinary people that want to be buying.
It makes absolutely no sense to me. So as far as that, no, I will really say there's not a lot of diversity in fashion. Fashion is the one thing where I look at and I'm like, there's still,
so backwards.
It's so backwards. You have a lot of different races that are all buying these products, but yet we're not represented on the runway. At 90% of the shows I do, I'm the only black guy.
Why do you think?
90%.
How does that make you feel? Is it something?
It makes me feel lucky that I am the only black dude because at least someone's there and I'm representing for my people of color. But at the same time, feeling lucky and blessed, it's like you also feel alone in some ways because there's nobody there to share it. So it's just kind of, I don't know, it's a trip.
I mean, it's a shame because I mean, even you saying that, we're always under the assumption that there are more opportunities in the States than there are over here in the UK. And for you
Which there are.
which there are, but I mean, for you to even make that point, it just shows that there's something that needs to change, it needs to be more progression. I mean, what do you think it's going to take to kind of, is it down to the designers?
I mean, I think what it's going to really take is the designers. Because the designers do all the hiring.
So tell us about, I mean, you've got your own clothing line, Future Stars. You know, what's been your vision for branding?
Future Stars is like a cool, hip, rock, punk line. So, it's a lot of skulls, bosses, rock star living. We have a line called Chosen One, video called You and Chosen. It's really, really cool.
It's kind of like got some religious elements.
Yeah, it's a lot of religion, yeah.
So I mean, when you're branding your line, how are you thinking?
Well, I've already done 2 campaigns, and I hired, different ethnicities. To me, it's about my demographic. And for the girl line, I know what type of girl rock Future Stars. So I pick girls that I feel like can sell my line. It's never about color. I got a Latin girl, I got an Asian girl. We did a huge campaign in Taiwan. I got some white girls. So I just choose. It's a look for me. It's not color. I can see a girl down the street and be like, she would look good in Future Stars.
But I mean, this is the whole point of multiple diversity. It's not about segregation within the different lines, it's about incorporating diversity in fashion so that it's not an abnormality to see, a fair number of black or Asian people in the line. It's not an abnormality to see a plus or curvy model or mature model represented. It's supposed to be incorporated within fashion so that it demonstrates and represents across the line and not, you know what I mean?
And also when you're doing a campaign, the bottom line is it's all about making
a campaign for Boy London, didn't you?
Yeah, I just did a campaign for Boy London, and this is a perfect example how it's about hiring a model. So like Boy London, when I did the campaign, all my friends that would never even wear Boy London, and my fans in Asia would hit me up on Facebook like, we love it, because I brought a whole different swag to it.
It appealed across the line.
Yeah, and then having a model opposite me that was different than me, where we had that contrast, it just made it a cool campaign. So I think it's about hiring who can sell your clothes, who can make your clothes look different, and it's not about
And then it would appeal universally rather than one
Yes,
demographic.
yes.